for me, not being an artist, this is a project that really stretches me to just try to come up with an idea.
Yeah.
You are an artist.
You are an artist. That's what I was going to say. Any quilting is art for sure.
I usually read the book twice. The first time I read it, I'm reading it with a quilt in mind. I'm reading it like, okay, where's an idea, where's a passage, where some simple thing this non-artist person can latch onto. and then the second time when I read it, I'm really reading it more for the content. And okay, now that I kind of have an idea what I want to do, how can I make that a little more specific? But I specifically read it for, okay, I got to make a quilt out of this. Where's something to... Yeah.
That's very interesting, Elaine, because I do the opposite. I read it twice, but I read it to read the book.
Me too.
And then when I reread, that's when I try to think, okay, what speaks to me in terms of a quilt from this book?
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, as somebody who has a full-time job, I read the book once. I don't have time to read it twice. So I gotta get the story and take notes all at the same time.
Mhm.
So I got the book just a few days after the title was announced, and read it and listened to it. And then just started trying to come up with something more holistic. There were so many scenes in the book, and particularly the Joshua trees, that spoke to me, but I really wanted to do something that was more of a message, and I love putting words in quilts. And so again, I came up with the idea of walk in the shoes of others, and just made a bunch of shoe soles and layered them, and then stitched them together, and then put the words on top of that, and was able to get that done in January so I could go on my vacation in February. And I've been doing these novel quilts since 2011. And have very much enjoyed it. I love the combining of the reading community with the quilting community. I think it makes all of our lives richer.
I really want to find a scene that I can kind of play with. So, so for me, there was a quote. Well, remember the day the family went to the mosque, and Nora was, this little younger boy was taking her to task for showing her legs, and the father really came to her defense. But as they were driving away, he sees the mountains with the snow in it across the desert, and he says, how hard the believers make it to get into heaven, I thought, when they have all this right here. So I kind of took that idea and did the Joshua Tree desert scene. So there's broken hearts throughout the quilt that represent those prickly relationships. And then the sun is also a heart, but it's a whole one.
So my quilt is called Reflections of the Heart, and it's inspired by the book, The Other Americans. And what really grabbed me in terms of inspiration in this is that old saying that we can't judge a book by its cover. And I really think that applies to all the people that we meet as well. We can't judge a person by their clothing, by their hairstyle, or by their skin color. We really need to take the time to get to know people and learn more about them. So we really need to encourage people to look deeper and get to know each other. And I also think that once you do that, you start really getting to know people, you'll find that we're all really much more alike than we are different.
I chose to depict the book Front Desk by Kelly Yang. I'm a former teacher, and actually several of us quilters are former teachers. The book spoke to me. I liked both books, but I really thought Kelly did a great job of helping kids deal with this big subject of diversity and acceptance, friendship, everyone wanting to have a part of the American dream. And so the name of my quilt is Friends and Investors. And the topic I chose was the Monopoly game, because I thought that was symbolized what the whole community, wanted to achieve.
I agree with the other quilters we've visited with, and that the books, I read both books, and both inspire all kinds of different visions and images and ideas. I chose front desk also as a retired teacher and possibly working with students. And I found 5 or 6 different themes that I could have done a quilt on. I love the idea of the way she talked about the keys and how important they were, and her floral pants, and just the way she presented from a child's view, but also the same kind of burdens or challenges that people come up against, especially in ethnic groups, but also monetarily, or the socioeconomic groups that she was exposed to and lived with. So in front desk, my inspiration came from the community that was developed at the motel, getting to know the people that live there on a more full-time basis and their connection to Monopoly also.